Sticking in terms of tactics, do you feel like the other side's tactics were useful? Were you able to identify tactics? Did you feel the other side was trustworthy? Like that you actually built rapport? Would you do a deal with them again?
We would do a deal because we have to, but I felt like I tried, but it was like there wasn't really rapport to be had. But I think that had to do with the time constraint. Like I didn't push it even more because I felt tight on time.
Right, if you had time to go out to lunch and dinner, get to know them, you could.
Are you suggesting drinks, right?
Are you always
Always.
suggesting?
I felt like when they started bringing up the, this is like we crunched your numbers and this is how much your people are going to make and this is what their paychecks are going to look like. Well, that's not part of the conversation. Like, I don't really care how your numbers got crunched. Like, this is what we want, period. And whatever the outcome is, like, just deal with it. Like, if it's our loss, it's our loss. This is still what we want. And we didn't crunch the numbers that way.
Right.
Because it wasn't.
Well, that's what I was trying to
necessary.
feel out, whether it was more about money or more about time off, to see where we could give you more leeway to make you happy. And
we
where.
did feel that out. We thought that out correctly.
And where,
It's a
so
good-
we
good
felt like
staff
if we
and-
gave you more money, you would meet us on the other points. Where the extra money doesn't, it only comes out to an extra $40 a week per worker, but giving the extra hours off and the extra full week of vacation costs us a lot more.
Okay, so before jumping into the next one, Lou, I'm just curious, what you're thinking about this, because you've been a little quieter.
Yeah. I was a little overwhelmed by the information that I got.
Uh-huh.
But what I want to say is that maybe sometimes we need to focus on some numbers sometimes. Because I noted that if we stick to the old payment, that we would get $600 per week, but we have $60 per hour and 35 hours per week, we will only get 560. So that will be a good part for the manufacturer, for the employer, because it will pay less money for them.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was thinking, by that time I was thinking maybe it's their job to improve their efficiency on the production line. It's because the manufactured cars is not all about the labors. It's more about the production line, about the machineries, about everything else, not just ours. Maybe the labor that we have need more time on their own line, not just stick on this production line. Maybe that's what they really want, but we only have very limited information. So somehow.
Right, and also you had limited time, and I think that if you had hours to negotiate this rather than minutes, you would definitely get into those factories, you would get into justification, and I think that would also build rapport, showing each side has thought about what they think the other side needs and trying to address those needs through the numbers. I think it's a great point. So since we're moving quickly and we don't have that much time left, let's jump into the next one. And you guys mind if we keep the same teams? Okay. So I'll hand out the same thing, confidential fact patterns. Okay. So this is in connection with the winery. And this side will be the winery. These are your confidential facts.
Winery again.
Did you have a recent winery
Yeah.
negotiation?
No.
What happened?
We had an assignment,
Okay.
like it for economics.
Hopefully this will be more fun than economics.
That one wasn't bad, actually.
I think we need some Riesling.
Okay, and this is a beauty cosmetics company, Smooth Beauty. And here are the general facts. So two parties are negotiating for the rights that they claim that they have to harvest the 10,000 grapes that can be harvested at the vineyard. Wines and more. And I think, sorry, I butchered the hypothetical. You have a wine company and a beauty company. So,
And a beauty company?
yes, beauty cosmetics.
Okay.
So Wines and More and Smooth Beauty Co. each claim to hold equally valid contract rights to buy these 10,000 grapes based on an agreement each of them had with the prior owner. Wines and Smooth are attempting to settle their claims and potentially divvy up the grape yield. One party may agree to pay the other a settlement fee in exchange for receiving the grape yield. Complicating matters is that each of these companies are on a tight schedule for producing their respective summer lines of makeup and wine, and they each want to include the grapes in their products. And it would be virtually impossible to obtain additional grapes that satisfy their needs if they don't get them from this crop. So just to recap, you have 10,000 grapes. Two sides each think they own them, but it's complex and nobody really knows who owns the 10,000 grapes. And both sides want the 10,000 grapes because they need these specific grapes for their products, for their wine or for their beauty.
Beauty products, grapes.
Yeah, you know those like melon,
Anti-aging.
do you ever see like the ads for like melon extract that Cindy Crawford promotes?
Ooh, drink 1 cup a day.
So we'll try to give you guys, again, 20 to 25 minutes on this, and then we'll recap.
Should we go outside and look closer to the door?
Hold on. Our winemaker does not give us authorization to walk away with monetary settlement, but demands that you allow him to obtain this precious grape juice by paying up to 5% above market price to try and get the 10,000 grapes. Market price is $380,000, so 5% over that is. $15,000. So we can pay a total of $315,000 for these grapes. Here's the thing,
You kinda have to.
we don't have a choice A, and B, they can use something else, like she was just saying melon, let them use a different fruit. What the heck?
For you, is it usually balance, isn't it?
So this is
So we have to,
Yeah, everybody's always about trying to get to the.
we're trying to get grapes.
That's
So
that.
let's see what that says.
This during the day.
We have to have it.
It's like doing the-
They're gonna have, their choice, their fact is gonna be, they could pay